So God servant Apostle Joseph Suleman, one of my favorite preachers, and I think I said that as somebody was sending me a DM to ask why. Beyond my, beside my personal relationship with Apostle Suleman, another thing I enjoy from him is his rugged and dogged interest for a better Nigeria. I am a sucker for people that love Nigeria. I don't joke with it. And even if you choose to campaign for another candidate, the fact that you are in the forefront, adding your voice to the voices of persons asking for a better country, first, I appreciate that. And that's why you will never see me drag people like Tony Abraham and a few of these guys that campaign for their candidate. I've got friends of people that campaign for Showore. Whatever perspective, first have the interest to see that want to make this country better. Then the next will now begin to ask what level, what is your ideology, right? And that's why people like Dr. Paul Eneche, Prophet Issa El Buba, Bishop David Oyedepo are people, Apostle Suleman, of course, are people, Apostle Femi Lazarus, people I take very personal because I've seen that these guys have interest in Nigeria and they voice it out. I'm not saying people that goes behind and say they pray and then on Sunday, a week before elections, they are talking about something else. They are not all ushering and engaging people. I have a problem. So Suleman, for years, one of my most profound, memorable experience was when I accompanied him to the DSS office several years ago when he was invited, and I saw for the first time. I saw a man that means well for this country. We'll have time to talk about Apostle Suleman some other time. Great guy, great guy, great guy, great guy. His love for Nigeria is very contagious, and you will see him every day putting so many things at risk just to ensure he continue to do the things he do. I said again, we'll have time to talk about him in the future. So he said in this particular conversation, Nigerians deserve what they are going through. Apostle Suleman, he said Nigerians deserve what they are going through. And then, all right, so no video of it, but I would like to pull your attention to a Punch newspaper reportage of the particular story. The senior pastor of Mega Fire Ministries, Apostle John Suleman, has attributed the current economic hardship to poor decisions made during the 2023 elections. Suleman made this assertion during Tuesday and Wednesday two-day recovery conference 2025 in Bauchi State. The Daily Post report on Thursdays. Ahead of the event, he paid a courtesy visit to the government house where he met with Governor Bala Mohammed. While commending Mohammed for his leadership and hospitality, Suleman described him as a man of honor and pledged his continuous prayers for the state's progress. Senior pastors, including Dr. Kingsley Agbe, accompanied him. However, speaking with journalists, and this is where the news is, at government house, Suleman didn't mince words about the nation state, blaming Nigerians for their electoral choices. What Nigerians are going through is partly what they deserve. Before the election, we cried out. I can confirm that. We screamed, we yelled. The man, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who came into leadership, had no manifesto, just a sense of entitlement, which is my turn mantra, Suleman declared, as in very bold. He says it the way it is. He says it the way it is. He criticized Tinubu's administration for poor policy decisions and the mismanagement of the country's oil sector. The oil sector has been plundered. In the next 10 to 15 years, I don't think Nigerians will recover from the damage. Now we all can do is pray, he lamented. Suleman urged Nigerians to reflect on their voting decisions ahead of the 2027 elections, cautioning if they've suffered enough by then, perhaps they will make better decisions. Echoing Suleman's concern, Mohammed also took a swipe at Tinubu's policies, warning of their potential to harm the nation irreparably. Tinubu policies don't have a clear vision and are taking us to the road to perdition and destruction. That is why when I talk about tax reforms, it is not because I don't want reform, but because I want reform that would have a national impact. I don't have anything against the president, but respect. Mohammed said the governor vowed to continue criticizing federal government policies. Okay, that we're talking about Suleman. So that's it. So why am I bringing up this conversation? I saw somewhere as a comment that nobody voted Tinubu, but I think it's time to dislodge that conversation. Tinubu was voted. Tinubu was voted. Tinubu got vote. And it's not just Northerners. It is not just Yorubas. People voted for Tinubu across the country. that he may not have gotten overwhelming vote, that he may not have actually earned all the votes that was accrued to him by INEC is a different conversation entirely. He got vote. And sincerity today, there are people who are seeing the comment sections, who are seeing on the road, who still believes that whether this guy has better economic plans and policy, whether he's making moves, whether he's serious what he's doing or not, the fact that he is there should remain, and they will continue to keep him there for God knows when. So all of these are things that we should look. And I think I agree with Tinubu, because sometimes when we want to help people beyond their state of mind, beyond what they deserve. I can tell you, for someone like me who has been in the social space advocating, and then I earn my respect. I'm not somebody that brags, but they say if a lizard falls from the tree or the rooftop to the ground and nobody applauds, he will applaud itself, sorry, right? So I would tell myself that I've done noble enough. I picked up this challenge irrespective of the risk involved, the challenges involved, and a lot of the privilege I have to sacrifice. For example, I've been asked to comment, to give the bed the for 2 years consecutively now, give the president's son a birthday wish and earn and so millions. I've been asked to appear on several tables. I've been offered opportunities in working for some elements. Before the election, for example, I had a chance to have worked one of the candidates that was going to pay me and then pay in dollars. I chose not to. I stood in my conscience. I said, I've evaluated this candidate and this is who I think is qualified. I've put out myself. I've risked it all. I was in Lagos one time and then got back into my hotel and somebody wrote me a DM to say, not be you I see today, blah, blah, blah. They say I do you all this one. So it's all shades of risk. As it is being careful, working on eggshells at every point. People asking for your account numbers just to implicate you. The last time before the end bad governance protest, I was pulling things together in one of the social apps until I was spoken to by somebody who probably by providence I may not have even known, but just God brought us, and then he said, bro, stay away, whatever. Don't allow anybody to pay in money into an account. Don't allow anybody, don't join in any conversation because there is a terrorism and treason tag that the government wants to use to deal with people like you who has their voices, who has voices against them. All these are things that we are put in, risking family, hiding people, ensuring that nobody, and then it's all of this, and then somebody says, we have not, we have put out our voice enough, we have done enough. But it seems like there are a lot of us, or maybe not a lot, but some of us who see things that our suffering never too much. We still like to suffer. So like Suleman said, we deserve what we are getting. Right now, if we think that the only way we can prove people like Suleman wrong is by 2027, we actually go and do the right thing. Because yes, I know you are going to tell me now that we all vote. No, we all did not vote. We all did not vote. People still voted along party lines. People still voted along ethnic lines. People voted along tribal lines. People voted against people. So you were voting someone not because you think that the person would do better, but you were voting somebody because you didn't want that other person to win. So you voted so that that person will not win. And we cannot have a situation like that. And it's not because that person not winning or winning will put a problem, would mean that you are not going to leave, but because offer it would damage your ego, or a reputation, or a lot of things involved. So if people like Suleiman says it, I think I agree with him. If we think that this suffering is too much, if we think that we've had it enough, let's prove it in 2027. Whether or not, and I can tell you for free. I can tell you for free. If it becomes overwhelming, there's little or nothing that these guys can do. Because you see, that's why they are putting a whole lot of effort to create voter apathy, scare voters, make people not to come out to vote, and then ensure that they create all the form of drama and charade to ensure that people do not vote. And the few that comes to vote, they're able to manipulate. And even some persons of their own inner circle who still goes ahead to voting them, even when you knew that this guy, look at Buhari, for example, had no certificate whatsoever, tissue paper. Who is this guy Tinubu? No reputation whatsoever to even be who he is. But he's sitting, and then people think that the country is going. You are expecting magic to happen. Osiban just said it. How can you say you want the country to go and you are supporting somebody that you know do not have the capacity to deliver? Suleiman is right. You may not like it, but that's the truth. Take it to the bank. I say it again. Thank you, Apostle Suleiman. I'll catch you at the time. Bye for now.